first check to make sure you have your livestock judging cards. You should have a pack of cards. And your name should be on the very first card, and all of your cards should have the same number on them. So double check if that is the case. That's going to be the way we connect your score to you as an exhibitor or score at the end. Each of you will be competing as individuals. If you don't have cards, come up here and we'll get you a set of cards, put your name on it, and make sure we know your name on our sign-up sheets. So everybody will be competing as individuals, and then those scores will be got together onto the teams. Make sure you get your cards up here. So as you guys know, the class order that we're going to go through, it will be market swine first with questions, then breeding goats, our breeding swine, our market sheep with questions, our market wheat with questions, and our breeding wheat. So that will be our class order. All the classes will be here in the arena. We'll give you guys 6 minutes to judge the class. I'll tell you when the 6 minutes are up. And at that time, if you need more time, please raise your hand and we'll give you that extra time. If everybody's done before the 6 minutes are up, you might collect the cards early. But after each class, we're going to collect the cards from you. If there's questions on that class, questions are answered on the back of your cards. So I'm going to introduce our judge here to you guys, and she's going to show you what the livestock judging card looks like and show you a little bit about how to fill that out. If you're new to livestock judging, so you know that out what you're doing here today. Our judge is Leah Chris, and I'm going to turn over the mic to her.
Okay, so, hi guys, here it is an example of one of the cards that you guys can get for placing. On the front side, where it comes to actually placing the classes, there are several different orders of the numbers of livestock that you'll get. So within the class, there's going to be a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's going to be that animal's individual number for the duration of that class. When it comes to actually placing them, we place them in whatever order you like them. So that might not be 1, 2, or it might be 2, 1, 3, 4. And if that's the case, you'll mark on this where that is. On the back side is where it's going to be questions and answers, and they're each labeled with a number, and you'll put the number that corresponds to your answer. Does that answer any questions?
Okay, does anybody have questions before we get started? Raise your hand nice and high if you do. We'll be glad to answer. Graham, yes. If you did not get half your cards and you only signed up as a team, come over here to the announcer stand. You got to get your card back to you. So if you're not sitting on places with the card back and you're planning to judge, come over here to the announcer's table, please, and get your card back. Type up the questions there. While your cards are getting picked up, I'm going to introduce Malia. Malia Crisp, our judge today, is originally from Eagle Point, Oregon. She attended Connors State College in Oklahoma to pursue livestock judging. And after graduating there, she started at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln to continue judging and pursue her bachelor's degree. Currently, she's working at the Lincoln Children's Zoo as an associate zookeeper, and we'd like to welcome her today to that kind of fair. So she's going to go ahead and give you her reasons behind the class. Mark the slide.
Alright guys, I thought this was a nice class to start out the contest. I do think there was a couple of things to do with these guys. And one of them for me was find that green ball to go ahead and run it up to the top. To me, that's the stout skulled, wide chested, big arm bear. And the whole market fundamentals right. And what's nice about him is he still does plenty in terms of balance, structure, squareness, so you feel really comfortable starting that ball. On the other end of the spectrum, I did think of like 4 barrels, 150,000 for the 4 place pulls. That's outside of ball of this class. Just hits up the most in terms of substance and stoutness compared to other balls with him. It's going to be more of a decision came down in the middle pair where there was one that was a little fresher, one that was neither, and the sounder of the surface, not one hill. However, she's not trying to shape it up hard, she doesn't have as much wisdom or growth. And that's where the trigger ball kind of catches her. That's the standard pull barrel, so the wider his chest, it's more three-dimensional on the backside of his leg, comes back to the wider stab and hits that. So at the end of the day, I ended up placing that 3, 2, 1, 4 with the close pair being in the middle. And then cuts in that class are going to be 3, 2, and 4. And then when it comes to the questions and answers to the questions, number 1 was it caught the heaviest muscle? That's going to be that 3 barrel, especially when you look right behind where the shoulder blade is. That barrel is the widest. We got the most actual 3-dimensional shape coming out of the backside of this blade. On the opposite end of the spectrum, question number 2 is about the lightest muscle. That's going to be that 4 ball that we kind of talked about. Tonsillitis is also going to be that 4 ball. There's just a good difference between it and the other ones in terms of size. The biggest back ball is going to be 3. It's one to talk about as well. Question 5, between 1 and 2, the sounder is going to be 1. The biggest score on is 3. Between 1 and 2, the sounder pin, that's going to be that 2 barrel. Widest chest is going to be 3. Leanest is 4. And then the only goes in this class is for 4.
Okay, we're going to the next card in your pack. That is the pink card. Make sure your number is on that card. And this is going to be our reading goat class. No questions on this class. Once they all get into your reading here, we'll have 6 minutes for the class. Reading goat is coming next. cards are being collected, please hold them up so they're being collected. The goats are going to stay in the arena and over the arena practice class.
where she kind of finds what we all want. So I like to read go class 2, 3, 1, 4. That's a 3, 2, 2.
Class will be next, and that will be a class with questions that will be going on your yellow card as I work down the deck. So again, make sure your number's on there. This is market sheet with questions. 1 minute remaining. Time is up. Time is up. Look over your cards. There will be question number 6.
We gotta go high.
Questions for the market sheet class. Question number 1 is going to be which lamb was it used? Question number 2, which lamb was natural color or dark fiber? Question number 3, between lambs 1 and 3, who is hounds heavier? Between 1 and 3, hounds heavier. Question number 4, which lamb is the freshest of hearing? Question number 5, between lambs 2 and 4, who is more mature and bigger heighted? Between 2 and 4, who is more mature and bigger heighted? Question number 6 is the who am I describing? A stout, sound, and attractive sheep comes with plenty of power but weak. Stout, sound, attractive sheep with plenty of power. Now I know I think you're right. Question number 7, who is the longest body sheep in this class? Question number 8 is who is the finest bone? Question number 9 is which lamb reaches the highest quality to the side? And then question number 10 is which lamb is a pound slightest? Let me know if you can hear you. What you said. Number 9, which lamb is the highest quality to the side? actually from the baby animals. But right off the bat, number 2 weather is the one that hit me as a wide, big ridge, muscular type of sheep. Even though he doesn't have the same kind of look balance from the side, I still think that's one of the associates with all of the right. From there, between the 1 and the 4 sheep, I thought there was a major size difference. There's also a quality difference between that. So to me, the 1 weather is one the pounds heavier sheep, more overall bruising, mention, just overall weight. On the other hand, Corky is one that makes more quality. She has a nice look to the side, but with that, she still doesn't have that muscle for me. She is the same as small for me. So I ended up placing them 3, 2, 1, 4, because it's 4, 2. And for questions and answers, question number 1 is you. That's going to be a 14. This one is natural color. Question number 2. That's going to be the 3 lamb. Question 3 is between 1 and 3 pounds heavier. Or 3 Question 4 was who is the freshest of fury. I would say that's a 3 sheep. Question 5 is between 2 and 4 if you're going to hide it. It's going to be 2. That's the favorite one. Question number 6 is that who am I describing question? Sound, tracking with money power. I'm going to say that's a 3 sheep. Question 7 was about everything along the body. I said that was 1. Question 8, define spell, also 1. Question number 9, who is the highest quality from the side? So that was 3. And then question 10, about the pound lightest, 4.
Later, you can come over to the Livestock office and get your awards. Once you have all those results printed out. Next up, please hand me your cards. Oh, sorry. Yes, flip over your cards for questions. My apologies. Yes, questions here. Flip over your cards for questions.
Alright, moving on to questions for our August steers class. Question number 1 is which steer is the stoutest and most powerful? Question number 2 is which steer appears to be red Angus in its descent? Question number 3, between steers 2 and 3, which one is more finished? 2 and 3, which one is more finished? Question number 4, between steers 1 and 3, who is more likely to grade choice? Between 1 and 3, who is more likely to grade choice? Question number 5 is another who am I describing? A moderate, big ridge, well-finished steer, not quite as big though as another in this class. A moderate, big ridge, well-finished steer is not quite as big though as another. Question number 6, which steer is the smallest footed? Question number 7 is which steer is the coarsest sheep? Question number 8 is which steer is the deepest plank? Question number 9, which steer reads the most high quality from the side? And then question number 10 is which steer is shorthorn or shorthorn crossing? And then let me know if I need to repeat those. Question 10 is which steer is shorthorn or shorthorn crossing? Question number 7 is which steer is the coarsest sheep? compared to the 4-steer in this class, is not quite as unique in terms of the look and balance pieces. From there, I thought there was a couple of steers that landed in the bottom there that have to do with the swings. That solid red 2-steer is one who's good body, pretty sound structure, he's really well finished. That's one that's likely to hit the rail well through the normal. On the other hand, that 3-steer is a little taller, a little more broad in terms of the muscle shape, I guess you could say. That's one who's just like wire and broad rabbit set. With that, he's flatter in terms of his rib shape, a little shallower and higher back into his swing. Just doesn't read quite as easy as type of kind. And it's not one that I would expect to hit the rail at choice. So I ended up writing these guys 4, 1, 2, 3. That's a 3, 3, 2.
put your stick out in front of your nose like this. And tap on it. Keep moving, tap on it.
6 minutes is just